Welcome back to the Calyx Services Garden. I am Thelma, and today this is a special video because we want to celebrate with you a major milestone. This is the anniversary, the second anniversary of us being on YouTube and sharing our efforts in our garden with you. And no major milestone should ever be ignored. So in this video, what I am going to do is take you on a tour of the front garden to share some of the developments and, as it were, walk and talk, and whatever reflections that come to mind, I'll be sharing them with you. So let's begin our tour at, I guess, the official entrance, where first-time visitors to the garden will be taking up these stairs. And the first thing you'll see at this time, and very often throughout the year, this angel trumpet really puts on a good show. The flowers are fragrant. I mean, sometimes it looks so spectacular. We did a video on it about 7 months ago called Tips on Growing and Propagating Angel's Trumpet. So you can check that out. The other thing you see as you come up are these plumbago blooms. And from far, they may even look like hydrangeas or even agapanthus. And I keep my plumbago hedge informal because the flowers bloom at the tips, and really you're growing them for the flowers. Once you take your attention from the angel trumpet, the feature that really pops up first is our orchid bromeliad bed, which, because we have different species of orchids in this bed, and they do bloom at different times, at any one point you have blooms. The epis are going off now, but we have the vandas, the Mocara vandas, just coming in. Here, that's an orange with, what, at least 5 spikes? And this is the third time in the last year it's blooming. But here's a red Mocara with 2 spikes on it. And while, of course, we tend to look at the orchids, the bromeliads are also showing colors, and they blend very well with the rest of the color scheme in this bed. The color red makes an exciting contrast to the light green foliage as well as to the lawn, doesn't it? This split screen shows how the orchid bromeliad bed has grown. It was established in February 2022. The top image shows the bed in June 2022, and the bottom image shows the bed 1 year later, and you can see the difference in the growth of the plants. The miniature bromeliads that are attached to a piece of driftwood, and which we nickname the antelope, have certainly grown. These bromeliads now appear to be floating in the air. The red epidendrum flowers also appear to be floating. We're lucky it's the first week in June now. Rains have just started. The lawn has recovered, except for a few patches, which are understandable. The next feature in our tour is the Sago bed. Now, this is a project in the making. The focal point in this bed is this clump of really old sago palms. They were planted by the original owners of the home and are definitely over 30 years old. And so is the stone border, which we will repair in due course. What I'm trying to do is have a ring of hydrangeas under the sago. These have recovered quite well from the nutritional deficiency we had featured about 7 months ago. And we have some smaller ones in the garden that I'm going to be nursing them so that they will grow, and in time what we'll have is just a series of hydrangeas at the base of the sago palm. As I meander down to the lower section of the garden, this is an area that I have now earmarked for our Amaryllis project. This split screen shows how we are utilizing the area more productively by repurposing the lawn and establishing a crop that has good income generating potential. The lawn was always difficult to maintain anyway. In the last year, we've established 5 beds, and we have intention to take in a little bit more area with additional beds. But really, part of why we can do that with Amaryllis likes dappled light, and luckily for us, we've already established the taller ornamentals, and there are quite a selection of fruit trees here as we have featured. And the fruit trees, in addition to giving us the food that we planted them for originally, are now going to be creating a nice microclimate. I've just put in this sweet sop. In addition to the fruits, of course, again, we want to expand the dappled light in this area. The Amaryllis area, next year, the 3rd anniversary, we are likely to be seeing many more Amaryllises in this area. Let us make our way upslope to the Anthurium beds. This is the south-facing end of the garden, and we're able to grow Anthuriums in what would otherwise have been a very sunny location. That's because the bougainvillea hedge to my left and the several fruit trees to my right are now able to provide adequate shade for the Anthuriums. The area has certainly changed since we showed it to you last year. We've expanded the Anthuriums really because they do look fabulous, but the real value of Anthuriums in horticulture are these wonderful flowers. There's quite a demand for Anthurium cut flowers by florists, and although it was not our intention at the outset, we have decided to turn this area into another project. And in this project, we will show you how you can grow Anthurium cut flowers in your garden as an income-generating activity. There's lots to do on this project, but it should be interesting. Please let us know what aspects you would like us to cover. Although the camera is pointing to the food garden, we'll save that for another video and remain in the front garden. Now that I've shown you the main sections of the front garden, there's no better way for you to take it all in than by going on a stroll of your own, accompanied by music, of course. I'll meet you at the end. Enjoy! And now that we've given you a chance to take a quiet, enjoyable walk through the garden without me talking in your ears, I think it is a good spot now to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our subscribers, all of the persons who have sent in very encouraging comments. When we started out the garden, of course, we did it for the enjoyment of ourselves, our family and our friends. But now we have the opportunity to share it with persons around the world, actually. Primarily, most of our viewers are in the Caribbean, Canada, and southern US. But we do appreciate very much when we get comments from countries far removed from our location. We are entering our 3rd year with lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm. I hinted at one of the areas that I'm going to be inserting into the videos, the range of videos we do, is entrepreneurship. It's something I've always been engaged in, and now that I am doing all of this work in the garden, I have been encouraged, and I've decided to do the Amaryllis as my own home project. But there are lots more content here. I just mentioned the anthuriums, even plant propagation. So what we're going to do is package some of these ideas for entrepreneurship and share them with you. And certainly if you have any ideas, any inputs that you wish us to consider, we'd be very happy if you would share them with us. So I'm at the point of saying thanks to all of our subscribers. If you're watching and haven't subscribed as yet, we would really appreciate your doing so, because that gives us the encouragement to continue to build on what we have done so far. So until the next video, I am Thelma. Don is behind the camera. Of course, I couldn't do this without him. And my garden assistant, Winston. We, the Calyx team, really appreciate your interest and the time that you take to watch our videos. So until the next video, I am Thelma in the Calyx Garden saying thanks for watching. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.